Very good afternoon, student of class 11. Today I am going to start a new chapter naming fiscal policy. And under the fiscal policy, first I am starting with public finance. Now see, what is fiscal policy I am telling you at that end. But first pay attention towards this word public finance. Here the word public stands for government. Actually it is government finance. What is the meaning of financing? Financing. Government finance. What does it mean? First we should know the meaning of financing. What is the meaning of financing? Because at home we are doing this one. What is that? That is arrangement of fund. Plus spending of fund. Both. So what do you mean by the public finance? Public finance deal with the government income or government collection and government expenditure. Okay, understood? First, clear. So public finance deals with government collection, revenue collection and government expenditure. Apart from that, it also deals with, I have given bank rate, public or government. Here what public stands for government. Government debt. Debt means loan. So public finance deal with government revenue collection, government expenditure, fixation of bank rate and government debt or loan. Clear? Then how do you arrange? How does the government arrange its internal fund? Arrangement of fund means collection of money as well as spending of money. But here we have to remember one point. In case of government first does the expenditure, then does what? Collection. This is the biggest problem of the government, not like us. What we are doing, like we see as an individual, first we get our salary, on the basis of the salary we expend. But government cannot do this because government cannot wait for them. Suppose some accident took place, some natural calamity took place, the government will not wait for his collection. Whatever resource government has to spend from that. So that's why there is a deficit in the budget arises in our country because the government fails to collect the funds properly, but in between the government has to do the statutory expenditure or emergency expenditure. This is the biggest problem of our government. The government cannot wait for the fund collection. Government has to do the necessary expenditure without wasting time. Clear? Now see what is public finance. What is public finance? Public finance is the branch of the economic theory which deals with the aspects of government revenue and expenditure. Okay? Also it deals with fixation of bank rate and the government debt. Clear? This part is over. Now next point given, the different sources of public finance. Different sources of public finance. Here we are discussing about that from what are the sources the government can collect from. Here there are two sources. One is tax revenue and another one is I have given everything in the PDF, and non-tax revenue. So this is collection of fund. What are the sources through which government can collect fund? First one is tax revenue. Clear? Tax revenue means under the government imposes taxes on an individual and on commodity. There are two types of taxes. One is direct tax. Please write down in the copy. Another one is indirect tax. What is direct tax? When the government collects the tax directly from the taxpayer, it is known as the direct tax. And when the government collects the tax indirectly from the taxpayer, it is known as indirect tax. Giving the example, direct tax example is income tax and wealth tax and the property tax. What are those? Income tax. Property tax, wealth tax. What are those taxes? Income tax, property tax and wealth tax. Income tax means when we are earning, on that the tax will be implemented. That is called direct tax. Direct tax means that when we are earning, that doesn't mean we have to pay the tax. When we are earning and if our income is taxable, then we have to pay tax to the government. It is a mandatory responsibility of every citizen of India. If my salary is taxable, I have to pay direct tax to the government. Means the thing is this payment of direct tax is not compulsory. If an individual income is taxable, then that individual has to pay tax to the government. Otherwise, payment of direct tax is not compulsory if your income is not taxable. Am I clear? But whereas indirect tax is what tax? In case of indirect tax, tax has been paid by the government indirectly. How? Indirect tax generally imposes on, levies on or imposes on, indirect tax imposes on goods plus services. Means if you will go to a market and purchase the commodity, where there you can see the word MRP written, means maximum retail price inclusive of all the taxes. Okay, so government and it is a compulsory tax. This tax is not at all avoidable. Irrespective of the level of income, everyone has to pay the same amount of indirect tax. Am I clear? If I am a rich person, if I will purchase a biscuit and where the MRP has been written 10, then I have to pay 10. It doesn't matter that as I have more money, I have a greater purchasing power, so that I have to pay more amount to the shopkeeper. Whatever written as stamp as MRP, that has to be paid by every individual. So, indirect tax is a compulsory tax and direct tax is a not compulsory tax. If the income is taxable, only the direct tax has to be paid on the receipt. Okay. Now coming. So what is the first source? That is of government revenue collection, tax. Tax are of two types. I have said one is direct tax, one is indirect tax. These are the tax. Now non-tax. It is tax revenue. This is another one non-tax revenue. Means apart from tax, the government is collecting revenue from the different sources. First one we are telling, that is administrative receipt. Very important. Administrative receipts. R-E-C-E-I-P-T-S, not receipt. Receipts. What is that? License fee. Yes, the license fee is a very important fees wherefrom the government is earning too much amount of money. Next one, permits. Okay, understood? This is administrative receipt. License fees, any permit, we have to pay money to the government. Next one is administrative receipt. Next is legal receipts. Or you can write under this, that is registration fees, stamp duty. Registration fees, stamp duty, these are called all legal receipts. Suppose if you want to purchase flat, or if you want to purchase any land or any asset, that then what it has to be registered first, and in order to do this you have to pay the registration fee to the government, okay, as well as the stamp duty. These are the legal receipts. So first we have got administrative receipt, second we have got legal receipt, third we are getting gifts, fourth grants. One, government is receiving gifts and government is also receiving grants. In the next video I will discuss with this matter.